Hello and welcome to the program, The Vendor Corner on Universal Heritage Television Naija. This morning we'll be going to the vendor table to once again look at the headlines of what the papers are saying today. I am your regular anchor, Akwo Bidima, and I say keep watching.
Politics is a game that nobody can predict how it goes. No matter the status of the players involved. The situation on ground may determine who wins the day, because I see Ararume has been in PDP before and then defected to APC, and then
he has virtually gone round.
Then Ulono has been with the party for a very long time. I think he has some advantage if. Politicking is, is a game that goes with conscience, but it's a game that, you get anything. Anybody can come from anywhere and, snatch the ticket. It has been happening. So that is why somebody will, after being in a party for some years, decides to just jet at his 11th hour when he's mostly needed. He will just dump the party and go to another party. And he will be welcomed. And the next thing you see, he will come back. And then the same people he offended will embrace him with open hands. So it's a very, that's why sometimes people say it's a dirty game. I don't see it that way. It's just a game that has no morality, nothing like morals in it. So, especially in our own climate here. The way it's being played here is not the way it's being played outside this country. So I pray that there will be a day sanity and discipline will be injected into our political system so that, things will always be done as it ought to be.
Okay, that's the much we are going to take from the Nigerian Daily Hall. Okay, let's now look at the watchdog, the Nigeria watchdog. Let's look at the Nigeria watchdog. Okay, these are yesterday's edition. Okay, today no edition. Okay, let me look at the trumpeter. That's yesterday's trumpeter. Okay, yesterday. Okay, we are done with today's papers. Okay, announcer. We have announcer newspaper here. We have the announcer newspaper, and the big caption here says. Uzodinma assures transparent APC primaries in Imo. Uzodinma assures transparent APC primaries in Imo with a rider as Chibuike Rotimi Amechi visits party. Okay, another caption says Imo APC National Youth Women Task Force Coordinator Iwanya Lords Uzodinma. Kamalu declares for Abombise Ngokbala rep seat in APC. Okay, 2023 Uguta Nzeribe vows to stand with women. Okay, we have a big caption there. It says that Uzodinma assures transparent APC primaries in Imo as Chibuike Rotimi Amechi visits party. From your perspective, what do you see happening in APC primaries? Because it does seem that there are not much activities happening in the party. Maybe people are just looking at the governor. They are suspecting that the governor will call the shots. So probably nobody wants to waste his money. They want to be sure of our governor's endorsement before they will contest. So what do you make of that?
Honestly, I never wanted to comment anything about APC's primaries and activities in Imo State because I know that the party right now, I think they have, how many leadership, how many factions do they have? Yeah, they have about how many factions? Two factions in so I wouldn't know how their primaries, because even in the past, people who seem to have won their primaries at a time, couldn't make it. And then somebody somewhere will just come and take over the entire thing. The whole thing is shrouded the whole thing is shrouded in confusion and what have you. So I personally would not want to comment anything about APC because it's not my party. I don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
So.
All right. Let's another. Okay. It's still more of our APC stories that are here. Okay. So let's go to national stories now. Let's go to national. A news point. Okay. Yeah, we have a news point here. We have a good. You see, our vendor here is a good partner. So she keeps reminding us of the papers we've not touched. So that's a Nigeria News Point newspaper. Nigeria News Point newspaper, and the screaming headline says insecurity in Olu, APC chieftain flays lawmakers. Silence. Okay, flays lawmakers silence. Hells Uzodinma's singular effort. APC chieftain flays lawmakers silence. Hells Uzodinma's singular effort. That's Batos Wadike. Batos Wadike is an appointee of the governor. So if he's hailing the governor, it's not an exciting thing because he's his boss. And then the governor is the chief executive of the state. Why will he be, flaring the lawmakers and praising the executive that's supposed to do more of the work? Do you think it's justified?
What I have to say here is the governor should do everything to make sure that peace returns to Olu. No matter however he's going to do it, let him do it. He is a son of Olu. So that Olu is boiling, nobody feels happy that
the governor has kept accusing fingers on the opposition, saying the opposition is responsible for the insecurity.
I don't believe this has to do with the opposition. It doesn't have anything to do with the opposition. It's just that some people decided to make the state, unbearable for other people. The governor should rise up. Look inwards. Look inwards and know exactly what is happening, because this thing has lingered for a very long time, and then lives are involved. Especially a lot of young men have been sent to the untimely graves for what I don't even know what is causing the whole problem. Yeah. So I think is a situation that nobody actually wants to experience in our lifetime. So I pray and appeal to the governor to do everything possible. Do everything possible, even if it means doing what has not been done before by any human being, to make sure that sanity and normal life returns to Olu. We can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. This state has always been a safe haven for tourists. Right now, you are driving in the streets of Owerri. You are, or the entire state even. You always losing your breath. It's not a good thing. So I am appealing to the governor, especially who I know can, has something upstairs to manage this situation and bring it to normal.
Okay, let's look at the Eastern Lead. The Eastern Lead newspaper. And it has a big caption that says 2023, APC moves to deny Igbo presidency. Roots for Jonathan. No going back on our turn, Southeast leaders. 2023, APC moves to deny Igbo presidency. Roots for Jonathan. Even though we have discussed this issue before, but this one has an extension. It's trying to tell us that the APC, which everybody initially thought was going to zone their presidency to Southeast, all of a sudden seem to have done a detour, and they're now talking about Jonathan, maybe South.
This, to my mind, goes to tell you that APC as a party has no leadership. Because if since 2015, the president has not plan doesn't have a succession plan. That means, you know, we've been you know, living. How do I put it? That means that you know, the people who have been at the hierarchy of leadership in this country. Yes. So it's a very big risk, you know, for an individual to live under such leadership in the country. So to me, if they are moving to deny Igbo presidency, which you know, according to the constitution of various parties, if a president has served for 8 years and you are from the north, the moral thing is to zone it to the south. But this is not the case. Now, they don't want to go back to south. But even if as they are moving to the, they are wooing Jonathan now. If you investigate those of them who are making these moves, if you investigate them thoroughly, you know that they still have the mind of ceding power back again to the north. I'm telling you. But if Jonathan should take such a suicidal mission, I think he should be properly guided, you know, because I've always said it that it's a moral question. If
look at the story here. It says 2023 APC moves to deny Igbo presidency. Good for Jonathan. Seems that APC is now going for Jonathan and no more Igbo presidents. How do you see that?
Definitely they're going to lose Southeast. APC are not going to get anything from Southeast. If they at this time now they look at Jonathan, of all people, after you have ruled 6 good years, extra the one apart from the ones you did before, I don't think they're going to get any ticket from Southeast.
The APC will not be watching. That's what you're saying.
Yes. But
the PDP herself is also almost doing the same. They have made it an open for all, a free for all to contest instead of zoning it to Southeast.
They have not said anything yet. We're still watching what they're going to do.
Yesterday, the party leadership has said the primary is going to be open for everybody to contest. No more zoning. So, what hope does it protect for the South?
Hey,
is that hope?
It's a time bomb, bro. Seriously, I am telling you. They're looking for another fresh bomb again.
Okay. All right, that's the story from the Eastern Lead Express. All right. Okay. We're done with. Let's go to national papers now. Where's the sun? Let's do the.
Statesman is here.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to the sun now. The sun is that national paper. Let's go to the sun. This is the sun because it's not really a sunny day, but we have the sun here, and it says 2023 give Southeast presidential tickets. Carlo tells APC and PDP. Give Southeast presidential tickets. Carlo tells APC and PDP. That's all Joseph Carlo talking now. Yesterday he spoke strongly and he said in fact he's no more contesting. You know, that he's disappointed that the Southwesterners and the South and the North are contesting for presidency when they know that the moral thing is for the Southeast to go for the presidency.
I think for the first time, Ojo Zokalo has impressed me, honestly, because it's always been a norm in this country that conscience is always thrown overboard. Nobody, if we really want peace, fairness and equity in this country, just like it was done to the Southwest when Abiola's victory was annulled. What is
the South?
You know, so the South, so they compensated the South and gave it to Jonathan. So why is it always when it is the turn of Igbo man to get anything, you know, it is always turned or jettisoned, or you know, one flimsy excuse or the other will always come up. The moral thing, like what Jesus Okalu is saying here, I was thinking that all the political parties would have zoned their presidential tickets to the Southeast so that we can get this country back together again, because the country has been so polarized. We've been divided so much that the only thing that can kind of bring back this country now is if you can see this presidential ticket to the southeast, let them contest it. If any Igbo man emerges as the presidential or emerges as the president of this country, it will go a long way to douse this tension. I don't know if the entire country, whether they are enjoying this kind of atmosphere of agitations here and there, here and there, here and there. Do they want these agitations to continue? You know? So the moral thing, like everybody is saying, a lot of people like Paayo, Adebanjo, Sir Edwin Clark, and other notable leaders, old men who were instrumental to, they played part in the the restoration of democracy and, you know, independence of this country. They played their role. So they know the history of the country from the ab initio. You know, so if the leadership of these various political parties and the presidency themselves cannot listen to all those old men, I just wonder where we are heading to, because they have the solution to douse every tension, but everybody is just playing, you know, lips, yes, in order to, because of selfish interest and so on, which wouldn't all go well for all of us.
About what Ojo Carlo said, that it should be given to the southeast. You want to say anything on that?
I don't want to say anything because all of them knows everything. They know everything we are suffering. So they're supposed to do anything because I cannot be reached there.
But your voice here can be heard. Through us here, they will hear your voice.
Yeah, but take it and do what?
No,
they cannot use it.
It's better you say than keeping quiet.
Keeping quiet. People who know past you, they know past you. How can you do anything? Anything where I talk here, just like that, it won't help anything. It won't help.
Okay. All right, so let's come back. Federal government stops striking university workers' salary. Federal government stops striking university workers' salary. For some time now, our universities have been under lock and key. And ASU has been saying that the federal government has not kept to their agreements they signed over years. And now the federal government has stopped their salaries. Is it not pouring fuel into fire?
Any country that plays with the future of its youth is doomed to fail. I am telling you. This ASU strike has lingered for a very long time now. This thing didn't start today. So I just wonder why government, you know, successive administrations, this same, it has always been one or two things that ASU has been demanding. You know, a situation whereby the government pays priority attention to things that do not matter most, and then jettison the ones that matter most is a problem. This ASU problem. If the government really, if they are serious, if they really want to, you know, solve this problem, they would. If they take it as an utmost priority to, you know, get our students back to school, because it's an important, you know, a very important sector of the Nigerian society, the youths. So when you leave them, look at the societal trends we have today, where youths do all manner of things. You know, youth restiveness here and there, and you have just ignored us. And then the students are roaming about the streets, doing all manner of things. I don't know how the government is enjoying all these things. They should come to terms with the demands of ASU. This thing didn't start today. So the government is liable. They should listen to them and get this problem solved once and for all.
All right, that's the Daily Sun newspaper. Okay, let's look at the Nation newspaper for today. The Nation newspaper, and the big headline says terrorists release photos of 46 train attack hostages. Terrorists release photos of 46 train attack hostages. Family members demand action from NSA worries over fate of 22 victims. Ayade Nwajoba joined race for APC ticket. Governor Buhari asked me to run. That's Ayade saying there. 18 firms shortlisted for Benin, Asaba, Onitsha, Owerri, Aba, 10 other highways. 50 unidentified bodies of Imo explosion get mass burial. Okay. We have another. Okay, the photo here. The photo here shows members of Imo oil communities protesting over plans to seed oil wells to rivers at Ohajegbema and Uguta yesterday. So let's come. Okay, another story says Assembly okays Okowa's 150 billion naira loan request. Ngige accuses ASU of frustrating negotiation. Okay, another one says Zenith wins Nigeria's Best Bank Award. DSS raises alarm over plot to attack worship relaxation centers. Okay, let's go to the story that terrorists released photos of 46 train attack hostages. It's getting to weeks now that these people were abducted when the train, the Abuja Kaduna bound train was attacked, and these people are still in captivity of the terrorists, the kidnappers. And yesterday they flashed their pictures, about 46 of them, you know, and their family members are demanding that the government does something. Well, how do you think government should handle this?
From what is happening is really unfortunate. You know, it seems to me that the terrorists are now the ones calling the shots. They are now dictating for government, you know, what to do. So, which is an unfortunate situation. A country whereby kidnappers and terrorists now parade themselves, you know, take over cities, kidnap people and boast and, you know, post their pictures. You know, it's unfounded. I can't believe this is happening in our lifetime. You know, so the government themselves have, you know, aided. I wouldn't say aided. They have been, the federal government, the way they have handled this in Ab Initio is why this thing keeps, you know, every now and then terrorism, always, they're always on the prowl. A situation whereby you get a terrorist, you say you have radicalized him, you send him back into the military or the police or whatever. Sometimes they even give them employment and pay them salaries that the civil servants don't even receive. You're always pampering them. So what do you expect? You know, this thing started right from the onset. If the government was proactive, as they ought to have been, we wouldn't have found ourselves, you know, in this situation we find ourselves today in this country. You know, somebody is not safe using the train, you are not safe using the airplane, you are not safe using the transport system, road transport system. What can somebody say? It's very unfortunate.
Okay, let's look at the Punch. The Punch newspaper. Let's look at the Punch newspaper. Yeah, that's the Punch newspaper, and the Punch has this bold headline: Presidency, Obi's camp protest as PDP dumps zoning. Screening begins Friday. Obi's camp protest as PDP dumps zoning. Screening begins Friday. With riders here, the first rider says it will be injustice if Southeast is denied PDP ticket. Obi's spokesman: Nigeria needs a nationalist, not a regional leader. Articles 8. We can't stop any presidential aspirant. It's unconstitutional. PDP says that. So we are still talking about the presidency, the zoning, and the quest for Igbo presidency, all encapsulated in this caption. What's your take?
I think
Obi is protesting.
Yeah, he should. He should protest, because one had expected that all the parties would have zoned their presidential tickets to the southeast, but the way things are now is not the case. I learned that the party, the PDP, will meet after the screening exercise or so. The leadership, the National Working Committee. So I don't know how they are going to, because
you screen them and then you come to meet again.
I believe that they are just being careful, but they are being careful to a fault. Somebody should call a spade, and take the bull by the horn, and and then. Yes, that is what it should be. So I'm sure that they are being careful, because right now APC themselves have not been able to zone their. Nobody can tell you now that specifically that APC has zoned their presidential ticket to any zone. So that is why PDP is really studying them. Each of the parties are studying one another. That is the game there. That is what is causing all this. It's not that they don't know that this thing should have been zoned to the southeast. If there should be a kind of a collective agreement between all the parties, all of them come together and say, let us zone this to the southeast. You see them, every party will now come out with openly. But for the fact that they are doing this hide and seek game going on, is why we have this dilemma. So I pray, justice should prevail. The Southeast should have it.
All right. Anybody here wants to say anything on this? The Southeast presidency. You want to say anything on that?
No.
Okay. All right. With this, we will come to the end of today's program. We've actually done a kind of marathon on the papers we have here today. Of course, we also have some sport papers here, but because of time, we may not have the time to go through all of them. We have quite a lot of papers here: Daily Independent, Vanguard, The Guardian, New Telegraph, Vanguard. All of them are here. So, but this is the much we can take for today. I want to thank our guest who has analyzed with us this morning, Chief Bon Akon. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, dear viewer, we'll draw the curtain here. I want to thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition. And I remain your anchor, Ako Obidima. And I also appeal to you to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel at Universal Heritage Television Naija, so that you can be getting updates of our broadcasts. Till I come your way tomorrow, I say keep watching and watching.
Thank you.